Alright, Sons, Brick fans, and welcome back to another episode of Building Batuu Galaxy's Edge in LEGO. Now, this is episode 20 of the series, so a lot has come before it, but today we are going to be forging forward with the First Order base from Batuu. Now, you will have seen last week, if you follow the series, that I did actually have a little scale mishap, so this week I'm going to be deconstructing this one, hopefully in sections, and just trying to break it apart without actually losing all of the nice shaping that I've got, and just expanding that out to be a bit larger in a few areas. So I'm looking forward to showing you guys through that first, the little deconstruction. I will also just take you back and show you that scale issue and where I did go a little bit awry last week. Hopefully I do have enough stock in the brick wall to get this one done and expanded for this episode. I am in a little bit short supply of the grey slopes, which of course they are the treasured grey slopes, but I'm hoping that I will just have enough. Otherwise I will probably have to beg, steal and borrow from a few of my sets that are about the place, so watch out, Star Wars sets. I'm coming for you today. Other than that, we are going to be pushing forward with the rest of the base as well as the tower. So a lot to come on this episode. Please stick around. Let's not delay. Let's hit that hyperdrive and jump straight in. So here we're just going to have a very quick look at the scale section and just to see the problem here. Now, you'll see, just looking at the Kylo Ren and the opening there, I would expect the blast doors would be kind of a fair bit bigger, kind of maybe 2 bricks either side larger in terms of width, and then also another 2 in terms of height. And then also you can see here the top section against the stormtroopers. I mean, these would barely fit in there. So especially even like looking at the depth as well, it's just not deep enough. I think probably an extra sort of 4 bricks all the way around would work a lot better. So I'm going to get into just unpacking this one. I'm going to try and take it apart in sections and see how this goes, so then I could just sort of extend out each piece at a time.
I'm excited about this.
Okay, so that one totally did not turn out how I'd hoped, but I guess looking at this, it really did just crumble. So I've still got a few bits, but really I think probably just need to rebuild it. So here we go. Okay, so here is the new front facade. Now, I've been working on a few extra details. This is obviously widened out a little bit, but we've also got details in here, a new little part above the doorway here, that nice little part there. And then also you have this nice section through here. And again, just a few extra little lumpier pieces here. This section will also hold a little control panel here and probably a light. Okay, so yep, already scale is looking much better compared to Doc Ondar's. Fits into the space a lot better, and I think this is definitely going to work. So there it is for the facade, and we're going to kick on with the sides. Here we are. It's the side has now been done. This is the first one. Here, the first side has been completed. It did take me a lot longer because I did actually drop it. So broke this whole front section that I showed you guys before, and basically had to rebuild it. So there you go, but it's all rebuilt. It looks the same, and here you go. That is the new side. So I'm going to replicate this across the other side as well. Which I haven't done yet, but this here will look pretty much the same. I'm going to replicate it on the other side. This section here, I'm actually going to order in some dark grey, dark bluish grey, so it goes with this, because I want it to sort of be one colour just with different textures. And then sort of this will sit at the top. So just like the smaller version that I did last week, this one will be the same in terms of the top layer here will be dark grey. This will be dark grey. The other side will be dark grey. And hopefully it'll work out. So I'm going to call it a night. But other than that, this is it. So coming up next, I will keep going on the sides to build the structure in on this side. And then the top. Okay, so here we are, we're back, and the second wall has been done on the other side. I'm still working just to find the pieces for this part, but generally that is it. There you go, looking pretty good. Now you'll see the interior part here is just connected by some snot pieces down the bottom, and also the hinges is how I essentially hold it at that angle. And then this will just sit in underneath, and I'll also have a little stopper piece here up the top. Okay, so now that we've got the two walls in there and the front facade, it is time to focus on getting the door in there. All right, check it out. We got some swanky new doors in there now. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Looking cool. They do actually open up. And I will just take one out and show you guys what it does. Here, there you go. There's a few different layers in this one to get it to work out properly. Obviously some wedge plates in there, mixed in with some dark bluish grey tiles. And yeah, just sort of layering it up to make it feel like there's a bit of overlap. And I think this will work really nicely in the overall aesthetic for sure. All right, so finished up the doors and started back on the top section and the roof. So I have made some pretty serious adjustments to this one. I've changed and added in a little doorway at the side here. So this is a lot better minifigure scale. These are actually using, it's a snot technique, but putting in the windows in here as opposed to just the singular bricks. I do think I will actually lift up this section just one or two more bricks up a bit higher, because I think the aesthetic with the window a little bit higher will look a bit better. But generally this is pretty much the same on the top. I did swap out the larger dish for the smaller one that I had on the last one, and I added in a few more of these 2x1 with the round edges just to break up the kind of hard straight up and down aesthetic. But that's pretty cool, and I'm going to show you guys now how this just slots into place and the kind of inner structure which holds it on the actual building. Okay, so looking at it here, this is the structure that holds up the roof, and I will just show you guys now. Basically I've used whatever color, some lovely colors in there from some of my friends' sets. Actually just some of the second-hand sets that I pick up, and I tend to use those sort of tiles in the top sections because who cares, no one really sees them, you know what I mean? So basically all that has to happen now is that this bad boy sits in there. So let's do that then. Dramatic music. Dramatic music. Oh my god, it's not going to fit. It's totally not going to fit. Oh no, it is going to fit. There it is. Boom. It's fitting. There it is. That's it. Okay. All right. Now I've still got to lock it all into place and everything, but generally that's it. That's how my roof works. So I can actually pull the top off and go inside the building itself if I wanted to. Again, this is going to be a modular one, but there you go. There is the roof. I will still be putting a back section on it which has a similar facade to this, although in the design you'll note that there is a large mountain kind of section here. So that will actually come in and sort of form the back of this base. But yeah, generally, I think this is working really well. It does still need to kind of have this front section on it attached, so that will sort of sit in kind of from here outwards as the little viewing station. And then also, let's just drop some of these kind of first order guys on here, because you know, you need the guards on the lookout. And I know this is like a first order heavy, but just for the sake of having it, that really gives you an idea of the minifigure scale now. That sort of scale I was going for, a lot bigger than what I had before. And I think this is really going to work really well. But the only way we're going to know for sure is if I take it over and drop it into the build over there and compare it. So here we go. Okay, so here it is, the new building with the scale fixed up. Obviously disregard that tower in the background. That is an old kind of thing that I had in there just to show the general positioning. But I think overall that is looking so much better than what was there before in terms of its scale. And I think relative to Savvy's and Doc Ondar's now, we're really starting to get a much nicer picture of how this little courtyard's gonna work out. Obviously that section still needs to be raised up with the little forward platform there, so I'll just grab that one just to show you. It's basically still going to be raised up about that much higher onto there, and then these will need to be extended down a little bit, but I've actually got something planned for this bottom section, so you won't see that anyway. But yeah, I think that is going to look primo. So that's about it for this episode. Let's go into the wrap up. Okay, Brick fans, so just to sum up what we just went through today, we have deconstructed the first order base that you saw last week to expand it out. We have added in some extra width and a few more details to the front facade. We have tiled out the two sides and have also added in the new blast doors, which look heaps cooler in my opinion. And also the top is a lot larger, and that little top section is also a bit bigger, as a little bit more befitting to the minifigures. So overall, I think this week's episode has been a really successful one. I'm really much happier with the first order building when you put it into the overall base, the overall Batuu build. I think is really working now. That little courtyard area with Savvy's and the milk stand and the first order base. So I'm looking forward to kicking on with that next week. I'm going to be finishing off the back, the mountain, and starting on the tower. I am probably looking at maybe making a few adjustments to the tower from the design that I've put up previously, just to make it feel a little bit more like Batuu, because there is actually a main gate that's meant to be next to it. So I've got to be a little bit mindful, I guess. I don't want to have some big, very dark bluish grey tower right next to a lot of sand stuff. So I'm just going to see what I can do with that one and see if maybe there's a few things that need to be manipulated in the design to make it work better with everything else. But other than that, I'm really happy with where it's going. Coming up on the channel, guys, I do have a live this Tuesday, which I will be finishing off the Ewok Village. I'm almost 100% sure that this week will be the last week we'll be building that. So if you can, drop in on the Tuesday. It's really great to chat with all of the people that drop by, and I really, really appreciate the time you guys take to come and see those lives. So that would be great to have you guys there. If not, you can definitely make it back for Building Batuu next week. It is back again, and we will be kicking on with that first order base. If you have liked today's video, please smash the like button. I love that term, and I just always want to say it. So there you go. Smash that like button. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so we don't miss any content coming up. So that pretty much wraps it up, guys. Until next time, enjoy your building. Till the spire, and may the bricks be with you.